All right, let's tee off today. We're diving deep into golf swing data. It might sound a little, well, technical, but stay with me. This deep dive is going to totally change how you think about your game.
I'm excited to jump in.
We're going to unpack this webinar transcript, all about how data from a Flightscope X3 launch monitor can seriously help any golfer, understand their swing and hit the ball better.
Yeah, I mean, anyone from beginners to the pros, it's all about data.
Have you ever wondered why you just can't seem to hit the ball straight? Even when, your swing feels perfect?
Happens to all of us.
Or like why some players absolutely crush their drives, but then others are like short game wizards.
Right, right.
Well, the answers might actually be hidden in the data. Like it's revealing these invisible forces that shape every single shot. So cool.
It is. What's fascinating here is that Henrik, compares analyzing your swing data to actually having a roadmap for your game.
Oh, I like that.
Think about it. Like trying to improve your swing without data, it's like driving a car with no destination.
Okay.
You might get somewhere, but it's going to take way longer,
Yeah.
and you'll probably get lost on the way.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So data is like a GPS for your swing.
Exactly. It guides you towards better shots.
Into it.
One of the coolest things he talks about is this concept of angle of attack.
Okay.
Basically how the club head approaches the ball. This actually explains why some players are good with drivers and some are better with irons.
It's not just about swinging hard. It's about how you're hitting it.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
Right, and he uses this idea to explain the vertical swing plane, which is how much you swing down on the ball. It's funny, he uses a triangle to explain this.
Triangles in golf.
Yeah, like high school geometry class.
Okay, intrigued.
So imagine your swing is like a triangle, okay? If you swing down on the ball even a little, it's like one side of the triangle gets longer, right?
Okay.
And that makes the ball go out to the side. Even if your swing feels perfectly straight, it's all about this downward motion that you can't really see.
Oh, wow. That is like a light bulb moment for me.
Yeah.
Makes sense why my shots curve even when I think I'm swinging straight.
And here's another one. Most tour players, they actually aim their swing differently from where they want the ball to go to account for this effect.
No way. So they're like manipulating the physics to control the ball flight?
Exactly. And to really understand how to do this, he breaks down these 3 data points. So you've got face angle of path and angle of attack.
Right.
They all work together, to determine the ball flight. And even tiny little adjustments can drastically change the results.
So it's like a secret code to unlock different shots.
You got it. He used some awesome examples in the webinar. It's really cool to see how he uses the data to analyze specific shots and pinpoints what needs to be adjusted.
It's like having X-ray vision for your swing.
Right.
No more guessing.
Clear insight.
I'm like, I kind of want to book a session with a Flightscope right now.
I know, right?
This is so cool.
It's pretty amazing. He also dives into this thing called dynamic loft, which is the loft the club face presents at impact. So you know how your club has that loft number printed on it?
Yeah.
That's not the whole story. Turns out the loft your driver actually has when it hits the ball is higher. That's how those pros get that crazy launch and distance.
Oh, okay. Game changer. Like a hidden power boost. I'm seeing why data is so important. It's not just for pros. It can help everyone improve.
Absolutely. Henrik even answers that age-old question, how do I hit the ball farther?
Okay, everyone wants to know.
He says, it's all about optimizing your launch angle and angle of attack based on your own individual swing speed.
So it's not just about swinging harder, it's about swinging smarter.
Exactly. He gives this great example of a PGA Tour player who gained, get this, 25 yards just by tweaking his angle of attack with the driver.
That's incredible. Imagine what even a few extra yards could do for your game.
Speaking of improvement, Henrik also talks a lot about consistent ball striking. Oh, he's right on the money there. That's fundamental to good golf. He compares inconsistent ball striking to a heat map of your club face, showing impact points all over the place. So even if your swing feels good, inconsistent contact will lead to totally unpredictable results.
Okay, that's a great visual. It's like trying to hit a target, but your hand's shaky. You might get lucky sometimes, but you're never really going to be accurate.
Exactly. And that's where he says the angle of the club face at impact comes in. It plays a huge role in where the ball starts its flight. In fact, he estimates that for about 75% of golfers, the direction the face is pointing at impact is where the ball will initially go.
Wow, that's amazing. Something so simple can have that much of an effect.
Right, he goes deeper into this idea, explaining that the curve of the ball is determined by this relationship between the face angle and the path of the club head.
So how the club face is angled and, like, the direction it's moving.
Yes, he uses this great analogy of a train on a railroad track. So if the face is pointing straight, but the club is moving to the right, the ball will curve left and vice versa.
It's like the secret language of ball flight. What's cool is that this relationship between the face angle and the club path is influenced by that vertical swing plane we were talking about before.
Exactly. Remember that downward motion? It actually contributes to the club path, meaning you might be swinging more out to in or into out than you realize, even if your swing feels straight.
So even if it feels like we're swinging straight, that downward force can mess with our club path, and that's what causes those, like, dreaded slices and hooks.
It explains why so many golfers struggle with those shots. They're not accounting for that invisible force affecting their club path.
It's like mind-blowing. Finally understanding these things that have always seemed like a total mystery.
Right.
It's so empowering.
I agree. It's like Henrik's pulling back the curtain and revealing the magic behind the golf swing. The best part is this knowledge. It's for everyone. You don't have to be a pro.
Exactly. His insights, game changer for any golfer. He even challenges those, like, traditional notions about golf swings. Remember how we're always told to, like, strive for a perfectly square club face at impact?
Oh, yeah.
He actually argues that a perfectly square club face could be messing up your ability to shape shots and control your ball flight.
Interesting.
Wait, so trying to hit it perfectly straight might actually be holding us back?
Yes. Henrik explains that by deliberately manipulating the face angle in relation to the club path, you can create, like, fades, draws, even straight shots with more precision.
This is, like, revolutionary.
Yeah.
It changes how you think about building your swing and approaching different shots. So he's saying we can actually curve the ball on purpose by controlling those angles.
Exactly. And he uses real-world examples from his coaching to show how this works. He, like, walks us through how he helps his players adjust their swings to get certain ball flights based on, their target and the conditions on the course.
It's like having a personalized golf coach in your pocket.
Right.
It highlights how data can, like, help us have a better conversation with our instructors, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Instead of just saying, I'm hooking the ball, you can say, my face angle is closed relative to my path. That's way more specific. Helps your coach understand what's going on and give you better advice.
Right.
Speaking the same language, no more miscommunication, no more frustration. And, talking about understanding your swing, Henrik also goes deep on your impact pattern.
Yeah.
Or on the club face you're hitting the ball.
Yeah. Like that heat map we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It's crucial because even tiny variations can totally change your ball flight.
So even if we have a good swing, hitting the ball in different spots can cause inconsistency.
Absolutely. Henrik explains that even a good swing, if you've got an inconsistent impact pattern, that's going to lead to unpredictable results.
Yeah.
He really stresses working towards a consistent impact point to, maximize your control and your accuracy.
It's like trying to throw darts, but the dartboard is moving around.
Haha, exactly.
You need a stable base to be accurate. And that's where he says the power of a launch monitor comes in, right?
Yes. A launch monitor can be super helpful in figuring out those inconsistencies in your impact pattern.
So it's like a microscopic view of your swing. You see things you didn't even know were there.
Exactly. It's incredible how tech can help us understand and improve our game in ways that were never possible before.
And Henrik's like a master at translating that data into insights that any golfer can use. He gives specific drills and exercises to help people develop a more consistent impact pattern and, like, improve their ball striking overall.
It's like having a virtual coach right there in your pocket.
Totally. And one of the best things he teaches is that understanding your data helps you practice with a purpose.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just hitting balls and hoping for the best. You can actually focus on, like, specific things and see how you're progressing over time.
You got it. That's so much more productive and rewarding. No more wasted time on the range, just focused improvement.
Exactly. He also highlights being objective about our swings. He says we all have biases and stuff that can prevent us from seeing our swings clearly.
Oh, for sure. I'm guilty of that. I think I'm doing something right, but the data's like, nope.
Right. We might be overestimating ourselves or making assumptions.
Yeah.
But data helps you see your swing, more objectively, showing you the good and the bad. like a brutally honest friend.
Oh, that honesty can be tough sometimes,
Right.
but it's what helps us improve.
It's a reality check. But once we face that,
Right.
we can actually start making a better plan to get better.
Taking off those rose-colored glasses and seeing our swings for what they are. Henrik also talked about how important it is to, like, track your progress.
Yeah, yeah. Keeping a record of your data helps you see how your swing's changing and whether your practice is actually working.
It's like a journal for your golf journey. You can look back and see how far you've come, what's worked, what hasn't. Exactly. It helps you fine-tune your approach and make changes. Continuous learning and improvement. Data is the compass and the map.
So inspiring to think about how data can change the way we play golf.
I agree. Henrik's insights are so valuable for golfers of any level. He's like a total master of his craft.
And he's so passionate about helping others understand and improve their game. It's contagious.
It is.
I think our listeners are feeling that energy right now,
Mm.
ready to embrace the power of data, unlock their potential.
I have a feeling you're right. This has been eye-opening.
Totally. We're going to take a quick break, but stick with us. When we come back, we'll finish unpacking Henrik's amazing insights. We'll talk about how understanding your impact pattern can help you choose the right clubs. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're still deep in the world of golf swing data with Henrik Jentsch.
It's fascinating stuff.
You won't believe this, but we're about to learn how understanding your impact pattern can actually help you choose the right clubs.
Yeah, it's like if you know you tend to hit the ball towards the toe of the club, you might be better off with a club that has a bigger club head or a more forgiving center of gravity.
So it's about customizing your equipment to actually match your swing.
Yeah.
That's smart. It's not just about, getting the newest, coolest clubs.
Right. It's about finding the ones that work for you.
The ones that work best for how you swing.
Exactly. Henrik even says, knowing your impact pattern can help you fine-tune your setup. Like if you always hit the ball low on the face, you might need to adjust your lie angle to get the ball launching right.
Wow. Little tweaks make such a big difference. It's like getting a tailor-made suit for your golf game.
I like that, a tailor-made suit. And here's another thing. Data analysis isn't just about finding problems, it's about using your strengths, too.
Yes, because not just fixing what's wrong.
Right.
It's taking what you're already good at and making it even better.
Yeah. I love that. Henrik has all these great examples of how he uses data to help players find their strengths and, really use them to their advantage.
It's like a superpower discovery process. Finding those hidden golf talents. So it's not about becoming a robot with a perfect swing. It's about understanding your own, unique tendencies and working with them.
Absolutely. It's all about taking ownership of your game and making smart decisions based on your data. It's like personalized instruction, the best kind.
I love how he kind of challenges those traditional golf lessons, too. It's a new perspective.
It is refreshing. Remember how we were always told to, aim for a perfectly flat swing plane?
Oh, yeah.
He actually questions that.
Right. He says there's no one-size-fits-all approach, right?
Nope.
The best swing plane for you might depend on your body, your swing speed, the shots you want to hit. It's not cookie cutter. It's about what works for you.
Exactly. He gives examples of tour players who have totally different swing planes, and they're all successful.
So freeing. It's like permission to break free from the mold, embrace your own style.
Exactly. Data lets you experiment, find what works best. No more following those rigid rules. It's about data-backed discovery.
Taking out the guesswork. This makes so much sense.
It does. It's especially helpful for players who have struggled with those traditional lessons that just didn't click.
It's like he's giving a voice to those golfers who felt lost or frustrated, Golf should be fun. His approach helps you play your own game.
Exactly. Finding the best way for you to hit the ball, individuality, celebrating those unique swings.
I love that. And he even brings up this kind of mysterious thing, spin rate.
Spin rate. It's a hidden force for sure. But it's so cool how backspin, side spin, even axis tilt, they all influence how far the ball goes, how much it curves, even how much it rolls after it lands.
It's like a whole secret language happening every time we hit the ball.
Right. But Henrik explains it so well, with real-world examples and easy analogies. It's not just theory, it's applying it on the course.
So we can use that knowledge about spin to, choose the right clubs, aim better, even predict what the ball will do on different lies and greens.
Exactly, like a crystal ball for your golf game. And the best part is, this data analysis, it's not just for pros or techie golfers, it's for anyone who wants to understand the game and have more fun playing.
And Henrik really gets across that data helps you learn better, too. It's not just numbers, it's using that info to improve.
It's true. You can see patterns in your swing, figure out what to work on, then you can make a practice plan and track how you're doing.
It's like a roadmap to better golf.
Right.
Makes those practice sessions way more productive and rewarding.
No more wasted time, just focused improvement.
Exactly. And he also talked about how important it is to be, like, objective when we look at our own swings.
Oh, yeah, he's big on that.
What?
He says we often have these biases that can make us see our swings the wrong way.
Oh, I know I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I'm doing something right, but the data says otherwise.
Exactly. We overestimate ourselves, make assumptions. But data helps you see your swing, for real, showing the strengths and weaknesses, like a really honest friend.
And that honesty, sometimes it's hard to hear.
It is.
But ultimately, it helps us get better, right?
It does. It's a reality check. But once you accept it, you can start making a real plan to improve.
No more rose-colored glasses. Henrik also talked about how important it is to, like, track your progress over time.
Oh, that's key. Keeping track of your data, you can actually see how your swing's developing, whether your practice routine is working.
It's like a golf turtle.
Uh-huh.
You can look back, see how far you've come.
Mm-hmm. It helps you adjust your approach, make changes as you go. It's all about learning and getting better. Data is your guide.
It's pretty amazing to think how data can totally transform how we play and experience golf.
I agree. Henrik's insights, they're so valuable. For any level of golfer, he really is a master.
Yes. And his passion for helping people understand and improve, it's infectious. I think our listeners are feeling it right now,
They are.
ready to unlock their potential.
I have a feeling you're right. This whole deep dive has been pretty eye-opening.
It has. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. When we come back, we'll wrap up our exploration with some key takeaways. You can use them in your own game. And we're back, ready to wrap up this deep dive into the world of golf swing data with Henrik Jentsch.
It's been a wild ride.
It feels like I've unlocked like a whole new level of understanding about my game.
Me too. He's really changed the way we think about the golf swing.
So let's tee up some key takeaways for everyone listening.
Okay, yeah.
What are the most important things we've learned from Henrik today? The stuff that can actually help golfers, at any level, take their game up a notch.
Well, one of the biggest is that understanding the data, it takes away all the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You finally see why the ball is doing what it's doing. And that's powerful.
It's like you're finally in on the secret. No more guessing.
Right. And once you get the data, you can zero in on what needs fixing.
Yeah.
It's not about just trying random tips. It's about making your practice count.
Smart practice.
Yeah.
Not just hard practice.
Exactly. And that smart practice, it gets even better when you're tracking your progress with the data.
Oh,
You can actually see if the changes you're making are working, which is super motivating.
It's like you've got this personal feedback loop for your swing.
Mm.
You know you're on the right track because the data proves it.
No more second guessing.
No more frustration.
And that's the game changer with this whole data-driven golf instruction. It takes away the doubt. It helps golfers own their improvement.
Like a secret weapon. So, for our listeners who are ready to dive into their own swing data, where should they go? Where can they find this information?
Well, Henrik talks about the Flightscope X3 launch monitor a lot.
Right.
It's a really cool piece of tech, gives you all the data we've been talking about. It's an investment, but worth it if you're serious about getting better.
And for those who aren't, ready to buy a whole launch monitor yet, are there other ways to get started?
Oh, totally. A lot of driving ranges and golf academies, they have launch monitors you can use.
Okay.
So you can try it out, see what it's all about.
That's a good way to test the waters. What about online resources? Like, are there apps that can help you track your stats or get swing feedback?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There are tons of great apps out there. You can track your scores, analyze your rounds, even get some swing tips, all based on your data.
That's awesome. So there's really no reason not to give this whole golf swing data thing a try.
It's accessible. It's eye-opening.
It can change your game.
Definitely. And I think the most important question is, what would your swing data reveal?
Ooh, I like that. Makes you think, what hidden talents are in there? What could you improve? What are you missing?
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
Data opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Yeah.
It helps you become the best golfer you could be.
It does.
It's a journey of self-discovery, you know? And we want to thank Henrik Jentsch for being such an awesome guide on this deep dive. His knowledge has been amazing.
He's a true innovator in the golf world.
And to all our amazing listeners, thanks for joining us on this adventure. We hope you learned a ton, and we hope you're feeling inspired to unlock your hidden golfing potential. Until next time, happy golfing.